Okay, so what do we have left to do? We have... It's in the Stars. Meet Poppy in the Forbidden Forest. And then consult Gerbold Ollivander for the Keeper's Wand. So I don't know. Like, I don't know if the game was kind of rushed. And I don't know if if the studio had a lot of publisher interference. But there are some definite strange oddities about the game that don't make a ton of sense. Like the first two trials we had for the Keepers, the first two were basically identical. You went through a gauntlet of fighting off statues, and then you'd have these very basic puzzles, and then you'd fight a big giant statue at the end, and then you'd get to the pensive. So you had those two identical ones. Then you had the third one, which is like out of Beetle the Bard, which was a lot more interesting. And then the fourth one was to go grab the Graphorn as a mount, and then take it to the place you needed to go, and that unlocked the that area for the Keeper. Locked us a way into then using the pensive. But that was weird. That was almost, it kind of felt like an introduction to using mounts. And that was, the Graphorn is a ground mount. So it seems weird that they've decided to put in the only ground mount, exclusive ground mount, seemingly the very end of the game. And it doesn't even benefit you to use a ground mount at any point. The broom is like much faster than the mounts we use with the bag, because you have the bag animation. You have the bag animation to get it out, and then the animation of riding it. Then you have to find an area, like if you're flying on a griffin or thestral, you have to find an area to land, and then you have to have the animation of the bag putting the mount away. Whereas the broom is instantaneous all the time, and we learned that so early in the game. And then you have the upgrades. It doesn't feel consistent. It feels like maybe the Graphorn was supposed to be in the first mount that you had found, and it would have tied into something. Maybe it would have tied into actually doing a... we got a new quest? Meet Sebastian the Undercroft. Okay, I don't know why it didn't have an outcome up for that. What was he saying? Yeah, it almost felt like that might have been a class or something for the beast, magical beast class. And the classes, they're nothing more than ways to get spells, rather than giving you the student experience in Hogwarts. And the game being so focused on combat, like you're an aura, rather than a brand new student who knows nothing about magic. And then you have the whole surface level room of requirements, where you're farming plants to then upgrade your gear, or to make potions. Now I'm playing on normal difficulty. I've not really needed the potions. I guess you only really need them on hard, which is a little weird. Okay, I mean, sure, you could use them if you weren't doing so well, and you needed them to help give you a bit of a boost, perhaps. Yeah, I guess. And then you got the gear itself, which feels almost like a secondary fort. Wait, this can't be near the end of the game. We're still in winter. we still have until... When does the school year end? What was that noise? Sounded like some shutting.
Revelio.
Yeah, I think when does the school year end? I mean... Like June? Like it's snowing here. So at best this is like January, I would say. What does that?
Revelio.
Guess I'll never find out.
How does Garrett's subterranean concoction sound? Too obtuse?
Yes, if this is January, we'd have like 5 months or 4 months to find out, you know, to carry on. So maybe we're not at the end. Maybe this is going to be like a JRPG that has like a big twist.
They're oh so clever! Peeves' game's the best one ever! Hoo-hoo!
So I guess we defeat Ranrock and then Fig will declare his allegiance that he was after it all the time. And then he'll do his inevitable betrayal, as I predicted. Or perhaps not.
She's devastated. She just buried your uncle alone.
I did it for her.
Sebastian, Anne can't bear the thought of turning you in, but
What? Turn me in? She saw what happened.
I'll give you some time to think, Sebastian.
I mean, she shows.
Turn me in.
She saw you kill her uncle. And sure, he was attacking me. Aren't you gonna be like... What's of the pensive? Ominous? Yeah, so, yeah. He was attacking me and trying to burn me alive. So, maybe self-defense? But then you could have done other options rather than Advada Cadavra. However you pronounce it. Like you could have stupefied him. Or you could have used the stun it. Like the petrify one? I can't remember what it's called now. Like there's lots of different options. I mean, you could have used Obliviate, right? Destroy his memory, and then I don't know, say it was a side effect or something. He touched the relic, it got destroyed, and you could have made anything up. But no, you killed him, didn't you?
Sebastian.
Did you hear that? You saw what happened. I never wanted to hurt my uncle.
I know.
I can't believe he's gone. How did things go so wrong? I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to... Oh, Anne, I was only trying to help. I can't leave now. Anne needs me more than ever. You understand. You can talk to Ominous. Make him understand. He listens to you. I need to be with Anne.
Well, you're pretty volatile. You did just kill your own uncle. What happens if your sister upsets you? Are you gonna AK her? What about Ominous? You gonna AK him when he like threatens to turn you in? Are you gonna AK us, being the last other person knowing what you did? You're too unpredictable, Sebastian. Too reckless. And we did get what we wanted from you. We learned AK. So, you know, we don't really need you anymore. And you did teach us AK. So it might be best to put you into a position where you're unreliable.
I don't know what to do, Sebastian.
You don't know. You do know. Anne has no one. I regret everything I did. I know what I did was wrong. I only hope she can forgive me. That everyone can forgive me. No matter what happens from here. I'm glad we met.
Poor Sebastian.
Well, I just feel remorse. But you did, to use AK, you did mean to kill your uncle. So, a bit torn about what we're supposed to do here. What's best?
What a mess. I can't believe it. After I last saw you, I went straight to Hogwarts. Before I had time to talk to Black, I heard from Anne. I rushed to Feldcroft and found her with Solomon's body. She was beside herself with grief. Part of her wants Sebastian to face the consequences, another part can't bear the thought of it. I don't want to lose Sebastian, but I don't think we have a choice.
Wow. Like, if we don't turn him in, he's just going to be this ticking time bomb, because he's still going to want to cure Anne, and he's going to do anything he can to find a cure for her. So he's still, like, if he doesn't face any consequences, he's still probably going to AK a bunch of people in the attempt to find the cure. Probably a bunch of innocent people. Because he wouldn't have learned a lesson and thought he can get away with it, as he did last time. So we probably should turn him in. But then Anne will be left on her own. And if anything happens to her while he's, what, in Azkaban? Does he send kids to Azkaban? Or is it just adults? What's the child version of Azkaban? Is there a child version? They're not going to send Dementors to children, are they? But, I mean, maybe. The Wizarding World isn't very, kind in a lot of regards. Yeah, it's a sticky situation. It's a lose-lose, whatever you choose. Because, like, if we turn Sebastian in, he might learn the error of his ways, realise what he did was bad, turn away from the dark arts as a crutch to try and save Anne. But then he wants us to cure her. What happened to that? Why is he not, like, badgering us to cure Anne? Because he doesn't know that doing that to Anne would like basically erode her soul. Is essentially what I believe they were suggesting. They said it took away emotion, but it's hard to really know the full consequences of that because we only saw a snapshot, and we still don't know what happened to the other kids from Hogwarts who had that done to them. And also, weren't we after the other repositories? Why are we now kind of giving up and only going for the final repository? Or are we just going to let Ranrock get hold of all the other repositories? Because we didn't deal with those. We found one that was empty. We don't know what happened to any of the others. We stopped one tunneling machine trying to get to one. But there's still another one, right? There's 4? There might be more. There's 5, because there's the final one. Final repository. I mean, so turning him in is a bit hypocritical, because we are going to go around AKing a bunch of people. Except the people we're AKing are bad people and not family members. So I guess we can get away with it, because they're poachers. And it's not like we do poaching or anything. The others are goblins, and wizards don't seem to care about goblins, so AKing goblins is probably fine in the eyes of wizards. It's only against humans. Are poachers human? I guess we could debate that they aren't human, that they're actually technically monsters because they're poaching magical creatures, and those magical creatures deserve to live in the wild and not be sold or mutilated for spare parts, for potions or the black market. So yeah, we've got our own course of action against them, suggesting that we're actually using the unforgivable curses in an unforgivable manner, which would result in us going to Azkaban. So I think we should turn him in for his own safety. Yes, his own safety, and for our safety, and for Anne's safety, and for everybody's safety, so he doesn't go around AKing every single person in his way to find a cure, which probably doesn't exist for Anne. There we go.
We don't have a choice. You're right. You were right the entire time.
I wish I hadn't been. If we do this, we may never see Sebastian again.
Why? What happened to him? Wouldn't we? What, is he stay in? Wait, what? Okay, what is the consequence for using AK? Let's have a look. Do we know this in the Wizarding world? Punishment for using Vada Kedavra. Oh. Okay. So, along with the Cruciatus Curse and the Imperius Curse, Avada Kedavra is considered to be one of the most terrible curses in the magical world. Called the Unforgivable Curses, the use of any of the 3 on another witch or wizard, which we've done. But, as I said, they're poachers, so they're not technically wizards. They're scum. Yeah, there we go. So if you use any of the 3 on another witch or wizard, it is punishable by a life sentence in Azkaban. A life sentence. So it's not like sending Sebastian and he would go to Azkaban. So if we turn him in, then he'll be stuck in Azkaban forever. So he'll never be able to gain redemption. He won't be able. It's not like he'll be able to change his ways and think about the error of his ways and change accordingly. It's weird though. There's a life sentence. Like, you're stuck in there forever if you use them. Because you can just kill another wizard in more horrifying ways, but like being burned alive. or dude, what is that? Petrificus. If you use Petrificus Totalis and then threw them in a river, they would horribly drown. Whereas AK, they're just snuffed out like that. But that's a life sentence? Because it's unblockable? What sentence would you give if you like burned someone alive with Confringo, or if you blew them apart with Bombarda? I guess, do we not know the laws for this? Okay, so having a look at this. So in the 1920s, the Magical Congress of the United States of America carried out the death penalty by means of strapping the condemned to a chair suspended over a pool of a death potion, which would kill the prisoner by encasing them in a sphere and burning them. Apparently in one of the Fantastic Beasts movies, I guess, Newt Scamander and Porpetina Goldstein were sentenced to be executed in this fashion by Gellert Grindelwald. I have a spoiler for a Fantastic Beasts movie. Yeah. So that's a horrific way to die. You'd have thought AK would be what they would use to execute people with. Kind of like a lethal injection. But in Britain, they didn't execute criminals. They just gave them the Dementor's kiss. So they lost their soul. Which I'm not sure is better. That sounds worse to me. If your soul's gone, what are you? You're still dead, right? You're just this vessel walking around. An empty vessel. So wouldn't that make you worse than Voldemort? Because Voldemort split his soul and was putting his soul in Horcruxes. So I think when Tom Riddle had a full soul, he was a lot less worse than Voldemort at the end. Because Voldemort was so stretched thin, because he'd put his soul everywhere, so he was almost like a Dementor's kiss to him, right? Which is why he was just pure evil, pretty much, at the end. So, on reflection, I am not gonna send him to Azkaban, because Azkaban doesn't seem like a place where you actually learn from your mistakes. Yeah. That seems like a dumb punishment for using AK. Like, unless you're committing genocide by going around AKing everybody, I think, like, that's a dumb law.
The more I think about it, what good will it do to turn him in? He clearly regrets everything. He's not going to do anything like this again.
We've both heard that before.
But we also need to think about Anne. She's lost her health, now she's lost her uncle. Do you really want to take her brother away from her too?
I understand what you're saying. Perhaps you're right. As much as I believe that Sebastian should pay for his actions, we'd only be punishing Anne as well. I hope we're doing the right thing. I'll talk to Anne. If it comes from me, she'll agree with this decision.
Thank you, Ominous. You're a good friend.
Whatever lies ahead, we must face it together. That I know.
Man, I hope they do make the next game is like another year. because then I really want Ominous, and as we saved Sebastian, and maybe we would make a new trio? Maybe more? Maybe a quadruplet? Maybe a quadrio. Is that a word? Because Natty's cool. We should have Natty as well. It'd be the Gryffindor, the Ravenclaw, and then 2 Slytherins. Unless somehow and magically gets better. Oh,
And
Poppy
you
found
say
him.
they made it after you placed the moonstone.
Do you know why or what it means? Does it have to do with the Snidgets?
The breadth of one's knowledge can be as wide as the seas, and yet only run so deep.
It's good to see you again, Doran. Did Poppy tell you about everything that's happened?
She did, and I am glad to see that you are both safely returned. I did question the wisdom of sending you on a path at a time when that path was unknown at best, deadly at worst. But the acumen of the centaurs is neither personal nor partial. The skies tell us what is to come, and often we do not know what we have seen until it has come to pass.
You knew the poachers would try to kill Poppy and me.
I did not know, my young friend, but I shall say that I was not surprised. It was in much the same manner that I expected our first meeting.
I don't suppose you'd like to start from the beginning. I think Poppy and I could use that.
Of course. I find it is often the best place to start, is it not? Many, many moons ago, I divined a series of events. Their meaning long evaded me, until you brought news of the Snidgets and their poacher pursuers. I believe the symbol created by the Mooncalves dance marks the place the Snidgets are hidden. And serendipitously, I believe that I know the very place.
Please, go on.
I have seen that symbol only once, on a rock face in the cliffs of the forest. You should make haste there. The Snidgets that have been kept there for so many years may no longer be safe.
What makes you so sure the symbol is where the Snidgets are?
I do not know. It is what I have read in the stars. Fortunes play out as they are intended. I am merely a messenger. I shall say that fortune favors us today. That you would show me a symbol whose provenance I recognize is not coincidence, but fate.
You said you divined a series of events before our paths crossed. What were they?
I saw the arrival of a stranger, the threat of an enemy, and the return of an old friend. I believe now that you are the strangers. The poachers are the enemy, and the old friends are the Snidgets. I also saw 2 places tied to these events. The cave with the moonstone, and the henge. The latter was bathed in moonlight.
If you're right about this place, then we should make our way there.
I shall see you there. We cannot afford to lose the Snidgets once again.
Poppy, you going? No? Just me? Wait, do we know where they are? Oh. Wait, where did he say to go? He didn't. Okay, now it's going to appear. Probably southwest of Brockborough.
Revelio.
That was unfair. I can't do while my spell was going.
How remarkable.
I got here as soon as I could.
Did you see the symbol above the entrance? It's the one the mooncalves made at the henge. Of course Doran implied as much, but to see it up there...
Could this actually be where the Snidgets are hidden?
Let's find out. Doran's waiting for us just up ahead.
I'm ready if you are.
Well, how
Can
would...
you believe it? Actual Snidgets. I'm glad we seem to be a step ahead of the poachers.
It is a little strange we haven't heard anything from them.
If we're lucky, they're still poring over Gran's research. There was a fair amount. We, on the other hand, had Doran to guide us. Even if the poachers do somehow stumble upon this place, we shall be long gone.
Okay, how did the moon calves know how to draw that? From stand, like you'd be like doing that with your feet. Running over snow to make that. So how could they do that uncoordinated? And like, how do they know what we were after? Oh, this... Oh, it was a tree. I was like, who put that there? Neasels! Oh, we've been here. This is where we captured our Neasels from. Oh, this place. Yeah, I saw this place before. I didn't understand it.
I hope we haven't kept you waiting long, Doran.
Not at all. Then again, it is not I who awaits your arrival. Do you have the Moonstone with you?
We do.
Good. It is as important to what happens next as both of you are.
So, what does happen next? What are these pillars here?
A safeguard, I suspect. There is only one way to find out. And as for how to go about that, the two of you may know better than anyone.
Obviously the Moonstone goes in here. Okay. Is it because this is what they're on currently? It is. The key... Oh, you're not on that.
I wonder if the pillars move at all. Accio!
Oh, how do I light this up? How did that one get lit up? Just standing out front of it. That's it, the wrong thing. How do I know what it's going to light up?
Perhaps it has to do with the light in the darkness.
Ah, that's shining that way, that's how. Okay, so to get the moon lit up, it will need to be here then? Or here?
I sincerely hope we never have to do that again.
Whoops. Okay, now the star's up. Now we need the key. So it's over there. So it basically has to be the opposite side. So here.
Look, Doran, a doorway.
I suspect we all know what lies beyond that passage. And now, I'm afraid I must leave you. At least for a time.
You're not coming in with us.
If the Snidgets are here, the herd will want to see the truth of it for themselves. Alec especially. Go on without me. I will rejoin as soon as I'm able.
This would be cool to see what the golden snitches were based on. I'm guessing they'll just be like hummingbirds. Like golden hummingbirds. Fly crazy fast.
Revelio.
A golden portrait. So that's them over there then. Yep. That's the Snidgets.
So many books.
You haven't seen my grand study.
I've always got to collect a book then.
Look at the murals on the wall. They're all creatures. This place must have been built to protect them. They had nothing to fear.
What makes you say that?
The poacher camps always felt oppressive. It's hard to explain, but the feeling was palpable. At least to me. The sense I get here is of safety and calm. Quite the opposite of the poacher camps.
Confringo! Revelio.
Wait, these aren't Snidgets? Oh. Brooms. So these don't open then?
Confringo!
Interesting.
Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Lumos.
Lumos!
Devil snare.
Confringo. Lumos.
Lumos! Lumos!
Whoever built this place certainly liked to read.
And the books are all about creatures.
Your Gran would love it here.
She would. I can't wait to tell her all about it.
Poppy, where's your wand? Do you have a magical invisible wand? Unfair. I thought I was the chosen one.
Revelio. Lumos.
Lumos! Lumos! I'll wager this isn't the dead end it seems to be. But how to get through?
I wonder.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa.
I guess what's up here?
Revelio.
Nothing. Ah, it's up there.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Places. Incendio.
Of course! How clever! Look at this place.
Oh wow. This is amazing. What are you birds?
Waiting. Forgot how to cover your track.
What was that?
Oh, don't worry about him.
Stop right there! Ready your wands. The fight is only just.
Incendio! Confringo! Confringo! Incendio! No! How dare you! You cannot control me! No! Incendio!
I think that was all of them.
Are the two of you unharmed? I had hoped to return before it was too late.
We're fine, but if you hadn't got here when you did, I led them here, Doran.
You fought with us against your kind. I am glad to have witnessed this. I now believe all that Doran told me.
They are the ones I saw, Alec.
Finish your work here, brother. All the events you divined have not yet come to pass.
Revelio.
Well, we did some good. We killed a bunch of poachers. Yeah, those people are less than human. Brutalizing animals for their own greed. Getting stuck. Interesting locks.
There they are. Now, all that remains is to break the charm.
You want us to... I only ever wanted to see them safe, which they are. You should do it. Merlin, they're lovely. But what happens now? They can't care for themselves, and surely once word gets out of their reappearance...
No harm will come to them. The centaurs will see to that. You have my word.
Thank you, Doran, for helping us to find them and to fight for them.
It is you who deserves the merit, child. You did what the poachers would never have. Remember that.
Oh, but we'll never get to see an adult Snidget?
You both fought bravely today. Allow us to carry the mantle from here.
If it's all right, Doran, I think I'd like to stay behind and spend a little more time with the Snidgets.
Okay, we need a sequel so I can see what an adult Snidget looks like. Hopefully they mature within a year.
Confringo!
So they could leave. Tiffany.
Revelio.
Oh, am I just leaving? By myself? Oh, I guess so. Bye, baby Snidgets! So we just have to leave the way we came? Oh, that light looks different. It looks like a golden light. So I thought maybe it opened up something.